All right, let's go. This is algebra. This is test prep. This is practice number two. Hey, if you have not subscribed, please do so. And if you're not giving me a thumbs up and you like these videos, hey, let's do that too. There's free PDFs in English and Spanish you can download, give to your class, give to your student, give to yourself. And then come on back, watch the video, and see how you did. All right, let's do it. We're going to solve this two-step equation. It's called a two-step equation because it's going to take me 2 steps to solve it. Notice we have a variable term, constant term, and a constant term. So I'm first going to do the inverse operation of plus 3. Inverse operation of plus 3 is minus 3. I'm going to go ahead and simplify each side. My 11x comes down. 3 minus 3 is 0 equals negative 41 minus 3 is negative 44. All right, now I got to do an inverse operation for multiplying by 11. That's dividing by 11. 11 divided by 11 is 1, so that's 1x. Negative divided by positive is a negative. 44 divided by 11 is 4. You're done. All right, let's do the next one. Notice on the left-hand side, we got that thing called distribution. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that for you. Distribute that 9 through. 9 times m is 9m. Positive times a negative is a negative, and 9 times 1 is 9. That equals a whole lot of negative 54. Now I'm going to move my constant term over with that constant term. Inverse of a minus is a plus. So then I have 9m is equal to, that goes to 0. Ooh, what does that equal? Negative 45. Yep. All right, now I got 9 times m. Inverse operation for multiplication is division. 9 divided by 9 is 1m. Negative divided by a positive is negativo. And 45 divided by 9 is 5. That's done. Okay, let's do it. This is going great so far. Keep up the good work. Oh, we got some simplifying happening over here. Notice on the left-hand side, I have like terms. First thing I notice is that a minus makes a plus. That's like negative 1 times negative 1. So that's plus p. Now, 1p plus 5p is 6p plus. All right, now I'm going to get my constant term from the left to the right. So I'm going to subtract 12. I'm going to go up and over here. That gives me 6p equals negative 3. Well, now the inverse operation for multiplying by 6 is dividing by 6. Ooh, this is a little different. 6 divided by 6 is 1p equals negative 3 over 6. But negative 3 over 6 reduces to a fraction, negative 1/2. Or if you wanted to write negative 0.5, that would be acceptable as well. All right, so p equals negative 1/2 is what I'm going to write. Okay, moving on to numeral quattro. That's number 4. Okay, look on the right-hand side of here. The right-hand side has distribution. Remember, when I say the left and the right-hand side, I'm referring to the equal symbol. So there's the left side, there's the right side. When I don't actually perform operations, I still write it because I want to stay consistent and I want to stay organized. This is like negative 1 times 6. That's negative 6. And negative 1 times negative 7 is positive 7. Now I notice on the right-hand side, I'm not done simplifying. I got those like terms right there. 14 minus 6, I bet you can tell me what that is. That's right, that's 8. Plus 7, 8. Okay, let's get my variables on the left, constants on the right. So I'm going to move those positive 7a's over. The inverse operation for plus 7a is minus 7a. Simplify, that means perform the operations you just did. So 5 minus 7, I'm going to go up over here. That's all right, is negative 2a. Minus 18 equals 8. Again, notice how I'm staying organized. I'm not trying to do too much at once. Just getting it done one step at a time. Inverse operation for subtraction is addition. That's negative 2a. 8 plus 18, what do you think that is, my people? That's right, 26. I heard you. Inverse operation for multiplication is division. All right, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1a. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. 26 divided by 2 is 13. That's it. The goal is to find out what one of the variables equals, right? What does 1a equal? What does 1p equal? That is mi goal. All right, moving on. Number 5. We got a lot of things going on here. Notice on the left-hand side, distribution. On the right-hand side, distribution. So always get rid of that distribution first. I shouldn't say get rid of it. I should say perform it. So 12 times f is 12f. Positive times a negative is a negative. 12 times 3 is 36. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative times a negative is a positive 16f. And then you got that plus 2. Notice on the right-hand side, there's 3 terms. 2 of them are like terms. Those are my like terms that I highlighted right there. Notice I'm writing the left-hand side, right? I'm not trying to do shortcuts. I'm being very methodical about my work. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Boom. Okay, let's do some inverse operations because I cannot simplify the left. I cannot simplify the right. So I'm going to move my variables over to the left. Opposite of a plus is a minus. When you want to move an entire term, you add and subtract it. I want to move all of that term. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. Negative 4f minus 36 equals negative 4. I'm going to go up here. I'll rewrite the whole thing. Negative 4f minus 36 equals negative 4. All right, now I'm going to inverse operation those constant over. That constant term, plus 36 plus 36, that goes to 0. That's what I wanted. I wanted that to move over. Combine those, you get 32. That's right. Now that's negative 4 times f, right? The operation there is multiplication. So the inverse operation for multiplication is division. Don't forget to divide by that negative as well, because negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1f. Positive divided by negative is negative. Looks like 8. So f equals negative 8. Oh, we did this last time. If you watched the last video I did, that video was proportions. To solve a proportion, you cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply those two things together, and then I'm going to multiply these two things together. Boom. See how I highlighted that for you? So that's the pattern every time. 7 times j is 7j equals 9 times j plus 2. When you multiply 9 times what we call a binomial, 2 terms, you got to put the binomial in parentheses, because now that's going to turn into what? Distribution, that right? So that's distribution. So let's go ahead and distribute the 9 through. I'm going to write down my 7j, write down my equals, 9 times j, 9 times 2. Okay, look at those variable terms, variable term, constant term, right? Let's get that variable term over with the other variable term. I'm moving the whole thing, so I'm going to subtract it. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. J equals 18. All right, now we're in a place we can just divide and we're done. That's negative 2 times j. Inverse operation for multiplication is division. Woo! Let's keep going. That's 1j equals positive divided by a negative, 18 divided by 2. So j equals negative 9. That was great. Well done, my people. Well done. Let's go ahead and go to the back side. Oh, looks like we got some fractional equations, but we know how to do this. No problemo. All right. Variable term, constant term, constant term. So I'm going to get my constant term from the left to the right. Inverse of plus is minus. Rewrite it. That's 2/3 x equals negative 1 minus 11 is negative 12. Now I'm going to do the inverse operation for multiplying by 2/3. That's dividing by 2/3. When you divide by a fraction, you got to put it in parentheses if you're going to use your calculator. If you're not going to use your calculator, you invert the fraction and multiply it by 12. All right, so this goes to 1x equals, when I do this math right here, I get negative 18. So that's x. Ooh, let me show you that. Negative 18. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to check my answer that I just got. So I'm going to go to the original equation, and where I see an x, I'm going to replace it with negative 18. Oh, I wish I would have done that in red. I like to show you what I do. I'm going to. So I'm going to come back in and put that in red so you can see that that's what I substituted in, that negative 18. Only thing I'm going to do now is simplify this. I'm going to leave that alone. 2/3 times negative 18 is negative 12. So that's negative 12 plus 11, and that equals negative 1. Combine those, and notice that checked. That's it. We're done. That's all we had to do. Okay, let's keep going. Another fractional equation. Look at on the right-hand side. There's that wonderful distribution. I'm going to write the left-hand side down. 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. Positive times a negative is a negative. Half of 4 is 2. Now I'm going to put my variables on the left, constants on the right. So I'm going to do opposite of a plus 1/2. That's minus 1/2. All right, now I got to simplify that. 2/3 minus 1/2. That's like 4/6 minus 3/6. So that's 1/6. So that's 1/6 x minus 3 equals negative 2. Inverse operation for minus 3 is plus 3. Move your constants to the right. Simplify. So that gives me 1/6 x equals 1. Okay, now the inverse operation for multiplication is division. When you divide by a fraction, got to put it in parentheses, or you could invert and multiply as well. All right, this gives me x, because 1/6 divided by 1/6 is 1, so that's 1x, and this gives me 6. And that's it. We're done. X equals 6. Not bad. You can do it. Just keep working hard, believe in yourself, and get it done. That's life. All right, this is a decimal equation, so we're going to go ahead and solve this. Variable term, constant term, constant term. So the inverse operation for a plus 1.3 is minus 1.3. So I have that. Rewrite it. That goes to 0. This goes to negative 2. That was nice. Now the inverse operation for multiplication is division. M equals negative 1. We are done. I'm going to write that right here. Oh, and we're good. Okay, let's do the last one. You're doing great. Hang in there. Feel free to give it a go before I go over it. It's always nice to try, right? That's important. That's how you get successful. You try, you make your mistakes, and you learn, and then you're successful. Those are my variable terms, so I need to move those over to the left. So I'm going to do the opposite of a minus 0.48. That's a plus 0.48. That goes to 0. Add that to here. Use your calculator if you need to. If you feel confident, then add those up. You get 0.5p plus 1.6 is equal to 2. Okay, now I'm going to inverse operation my plus 1.6 over. That's minus 1.6. Sorry about that little extra dot there. This goes to 0. 0.5p is equal to 0.4. Divide both sides by 0.5. And now I get 1p, because 0.5 divided by 0.5 is 1. So 1p is equal to 0.4 over 0.5. That's the same as 4 over 5. And that's the same as 0.8. If you put it in your calculator, just do 4 divided by 5. It'll throw out that decimal. P equals 0.8. And we are done. Good job. You are ready to go. All right? If you need anything, ask the people around you, and then make sure you advocate for yourself in every situation. All right, stay strong. It's great to be with you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you soon.